Welcome, everybody, to the Basement Sports Network weekly show. Talking some Miami Dolphins football here, coming off a disappointing loss to the New York Jets. But hey, flipping the page, it's Vikings week. We got a lot of stuff to talk about on the show. I got Alex joining me right over here to my left. I got JMV to my right. I got Juan in the bottom left, and my guy Threat pulling up to the stream as well. Listen, boys, we got a lot to talk about here today. A lot of injury news that are coming out. We got some updates on Tua. We got some updates on Teddy, Skylar Thompson. We got a lot to talk about, but quickly, I know, Alex, you were on the post-game stream, JMV as well. But two guys I didn't hear from, including myself, was Juan and Threat. Before we talk about Minnesota, Juan, let me ask you, how do you feel about this game that just took place on Sunday against the New York Jets?
Um, I'm gonna be real. I saw it as a lot more concerning than what most people did. I think most people are just chalking it up to Tua would have been there, we would have been fine. But to me, like this defense is legitimately like Swiss cheese at this point. Like these brothers could not stop a nosebleed if they tried. And I get it. X is gone. Byron is, still not even walking at this point. It seems like. So I don't know. To me, the defense is really taking a step back drastically. I know people like to point out to the rush defense, but who's gonna want to rush on us when they could just pass it and get it easier? And for all the money that we spent in the cornerback room, like our depth right now is just ass. And for all the Noah season talk that I could try to muster up, like there's just no saving that cornerback room right now. And that trickles down to the safety. So guys like Brandon Jones and Javon Holland can go out there and play free and make plays, which again just trickles down to the whole entire team. So right now, to me, yeah, great. Tua's going to eventually be back. When he goes back, I know we're going to talk about that. But to me, this was a very eye-opening game as far as like, damn, our defense got some real issues.
Yeah, it was definitely concerning. And I was at the game and I'm just watching this like disaster happen, like play after play after play. And I'm like, God damn. And it was a 2 point game in the fourth quarter, but still, like you could tell like the Dolphins were just like it was just purely coaching that was keeping them in the game, like nothing else besides that. But Threat, my man, I know you was skying high, you was feeling great throughout this beginning of the season. I know the 3-0 start had you all souped up, and you're a guy that keeps it real now. How you feeling about the Dolphins following Sunday's loss against the Jets?
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I harped on this all off season. I harped on it before the game. The defense, like Juan alluded to, is absolutely dreadful, bro. And there's no sugar coating it, bro. It's showing me, bro, that maybe this defense didn't have such great players like everybody thought. It's more so these guys are being schemed or were schemed to be effective players. Jerome Baker, bro, is he not supposed to be one of the highest paid linebackers in his position right now? Like I don't understand. The only way Jerome Baker is good is if he's schemed to blitz. Speaking of scheme to blitz, Brandon Jones, I'm sorry, I gotta harp on it. He's not effective unless he's schemed to blitz. He's great in the run game. He's good tackler. I understand that, but bro, I'm not seeing any leap or any jump. We talk about other guys that are needed to be schemed, bro. Can we get a sack that is not a coverage sack?
No, sir.
I'm seeing all these win rates and all this. I don't care. Get the sack. We're not even getting the sacks, bro. I don't care about a win rate if we're not finishing the possession. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, um, Josh Boyer is just showing us he's ultimately a fraud and why he wasn't the number one selection as the defensive coordinator of this team. And we all know who was the number one option. And it definitely wasn't Boyer.
Listen, you're hitting the
Let me
nail on the
just
head, bro.
let me just ask both of you guys. So, are you blaming that loss solely on the defense? I'm not giving the defense a pass. They've been complete garbage through the first 5 games. I haven't seen anything positive out of this defense, and I don't believe in the bend and don't break theme that they got going on. But is the defense the number one reason you guys think we lost against the Jets?
You want to go first?
I'll just answer. We saw 40 on the scoreboard, right? Versus the Jets with Wilson, right? Like that. This is what we saw, right? Like I get it. Like the offense did it no favors. The offense put it in positions where it was deep in their own field. But this is supposed to be a top flight unit. This is supposed to be a defense that was already set, where it was just JP taking the next step, X still dominating, Devon taking the next step. And all of a sudden, bro, we're Swiss cheese and we're having Wilson have his second best game of his career. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like I put a lot of it on the defense.
I feel that, but 3 times that you give him the ball in the red zone, interception, fumble, and turnover on downs. 3 times you give him the ball in the red zone. That will destroy any defense.
Well, JMV, why don't you tell us, like, besides the defense, right? We all heard from the defensive side of things. Like, obviously, they haven't been playing up to the level that we think. Well, where do you think the game was lost?
Well, no, the defense played a factor. I'm not giving
but-
the defense a pass. The defense played a factor in the L, but bro, Skylar Thompson looked like a dumbass back there. Like the man had time in the pocket. He decides to run out of the. He looked like Joe Burrow. That man just decided to run out of a clean pocket. Started doing twirls. He just threw that bitch out to Jaylen Waddle. That looked like the Tua turnover against the Falcons. That could have been disastrous. That would have been a 4th turnover in their side, in their red zone. Like this, he's not ready. That's a huge factor. We couldn't get the pass game going. Mostert played well, but there was nothing in the pass game.
Yeah, that definitely.
And
was
the turnovers, bro, that's disastrous. That is. Look at Cooper Rush in Dallas. He's not doing much. That man threw for like 110 yards, but there's no turnovers in Dallas. It's they're getting what they're being given. Like they take what they're being given, and then they got the run game to rely on, which it goes up and down, and then the defense. But there is no turnovers. They take care of the ball.
Let me just ask just one question though. If we knew Skylar was going into his first it was going to be in his first game like this, and we knew the run game was effective, why did McDaniel only run the ball with Mostert 18 times?
Oh, I agree. That's another thing that I was frustrated with because Mostert was running well, man. Really every time that man touched the ball, 5-6 yards, 5-6 yards, every single time.
How many carries do you guys expect Mostert to get though?
I mean, in that game, as many as it takes.
Did we not pay a higher paying running back? What's the issue with that? Why can't he get going?
He wasn't effective.
That's okay. I could get into that conversation too because to me, I was sold Chase as the answer, pass blocking, run, catching, and I'm sorry, but as far as like offseason acquisitions, like him and Cedric Wilson are up there. And Cedric, I'll give a little bit of a pass because of the fact Tyreek and Jaylen have been going off. But
and the ribs.
Chase, like I'm not getting it. I'm not seeing it. For me, the problem with Mostert is he is like a ticking time bomb, but like Armstead, but times 10. Like something is gonna happen. Like I don't want to even mention it, but he's just known for that, right? You start to rely on him, you start to count on him. The minute you're like, damn, we got somebody, boom, out 4 or 6 weeks. So to me, it's like you also have to like you have to pick your battles with him too as well, because you can't give him, in my opinion, 25 carries. And I feel like it kind of shows because today I think he showed up on the injury report too with a knee. So it's like I think you hit it on. I think you hit it on the head, Threat. Like we need to have a serious discussion about Chase and what he's given to this offense because it's almost nothing at this point.
Yeah, I mean the dude had 1 carry for 1 yard this past Sunday. Like that's just crazy. But you're right about Mostert. Honestly, he's been injury prone. It's no knock on his talent. The dude is talented as hell. He's fast as hell. But durability issues. That's the problem. That's the best ability is availability, like they say. And then he was on the injury report. So there goes to show you. Alex, I'm gonna let you get in here. After the game that passed a couple days ago, how are you feeling about the win? I mean, sorry. I wish it was a win. About the loss. And a lot of Jet fans are talking smack, man. You think they deserve your respect now? Or
Fuck no. Fuck no. They're a terrible fucking team. They're horrible. Like, they are not going to win shit. And I hope we're healthy when we play them in later this year in January or something like that. And I hope the whole team circles that game as like a game we got to get back and we got to blow them out because it was heartbreaking to lose to them, and Zach Wilson really didn't do shit, but he didn't really give us the ball in the form of a turnover, which I was expecting. That was about the only positive he did. They got 2 talented running backs, man, or at least they looked like it against us. Like, Breece Hall fucking dominated. I don't know what the issue is with the tackling. I don't know why everybody on our team refuses to wrap up and just decides we're going to go low and hit with the shoulder. Like, I don't know why everybody's doing that. Brett, you talked about the linebackers. They're fucking garbage, bro. Like, just call a spade. They're trash. Like, they can't – Landon Roberts, I've said my piece about him. Jerome Baker gets paid way too much money to be this bad. And then we got just a shuffling lineup of when Duke Riley comes in for a little bit and other things like that. I don't know, man. I don't want to harp on Jalen Phillips, but, like, where is he, bro? Where is it? Like, we are week, what, 5 now? 6? Like,
6.
And this dude has not done anything. And if you, like, we talked about a lot about the scheming and things like that, but the only way with that we're going to be able to fix that is if those dudes get straight up pass rush. So that way we don't have to scheme. I mean, the Bengals game, Joe Burrow had a lot of time, found escapability. Obviously, we saw what happened with Zach Wilson. But the other thing to me, man, I'm not going to question Mike McDaniel on it because it almost worked. But, like, drawing up that play for Tanner Connor, crucial moment. I know he dropped the ball. And he totally should have caught it. But, like, this dude is – what, like somewhere bumfuck fucking state, undrafted free agent, and you're like, really crucial moment, we're going to him. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Cedric Wilson because Sherfield is completely beating him out. This man gets way more snaps, and now so does Craycraft at this point. I'm not sure what he's bringing. And then we obviously talked about Edmonds, who straight up got benched for Myles Gaskin. I thought, like, when I saw Myles Gaskin enter the game, I couldn't fucking believe it. And again, he actually didn't play horrible when called upon, which is the craziest thing because I was like, you got to give him the ball before you give Chase Edmonds the ball right now. Ever since that dude dropped that touchdown in Cincy, it's just, I don't know if it's the yips. I don't know what the fuck it is. The dude can't catch. He's not aware right now. And he seems like pretty scared to get hit, to be completely honest with you. Like that's just how he's playing. And I hate to say this too, but like, Mike McDaniel was talking a lot about getting Waddle involved, and, you know, there was that clip where, like, Waddle, like, the only things that I've doubted Mike McDaniel so far, I had no doubts. Last game, he looked like a little bit like a young coach, like, trying to be too smart. Like, they're really, like, in the best moments with Skylar Thompson, you got to go to Jaylen Waddle, you got to go to Tyreek Hill every fucking play, bro. That's what it takes. Like, and that's what you have to do. I get the point with Raheem Mostert, like, he is a ticking time bomb, don't want to give him those carries, but I don't know. I could have pushed it a little bit more than 18. I thought they got away from it too early. But at the same time, as much as I want to blame Skylar Thompson too, which J&B you were talking about, and he did look stupid, nobody made a play for Skylar Thompson in that entire game except for Tyreek Hill twice. Nobody made a play for him. Not a tight end, not a running back. Like, it was nobody blocked, like, for extended portions of time. And I understand he had happy feet in there, but, like, I don't know how much we could have expected from him. I thought the fumble was, like, fucking terrible, obviously. Like, you just can't do that. But with a week of prep, hopefully he looks a little bit better. But, man, like, I'm looking back at this offseason now, and Teron Armstead and Tyreek Hill have, like, completely overshadowed a lot of misses to me now. And
Alex, you just dropped a bomb. Oh, like, my God. That is fact.
Like, think about it. And Armstead now being out is like, okay, we're starting to see what happens. And, again, nobody expected him to play all 17, so I can't even get pissed at the dude for not playing. I said when we signed him, like, please get him to 13-14. Like, that's what I said. And I don't know, man. I thought Cedric Wilson would be a fucking game changer. I really did. I thought he would be feasting as a wide receiver 3 right now, given the coverages he was going to see. I thought Mike Gesicki would somehow find a role for this team. This dude should be traded. He should be traded. Like, just as asset management, not to sound like hot take Harry right now, but like as asset management, this dude doesn't get the ball, and in crucial moments, you'll go to Tanner Connor before you'll go to him on a seam route. I mean, what the fuck? Like, you got to get rid of him. Call Chicago, call somebody, call Green Bay, because at this point, this dude is just a warm body right now, and it can't happen. It can't happen.
There's a lot of alarmist stuff.
But I'll end it with this. It's still fuck the Jets, and it's still fuck Jets fans. I have no respect for your organization. The fact that was 19-17 with 10 minutes left in the ball game is a complete another fucking joke that you were in that. Celebrate the win of the year for you. We'll see you in January.
No, another guy that needs to be better is Jason Sanders. I mean, missing another kick. That's somebody who's been getting ever since he got the bag.
Fuck Jason Sanders, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even it.
Ever since
he hasn't made a kick since like that Buffalo game like years ago, bro. He hasn't made a fucking kick since. I swear.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of alarming parts, though. Chase Edmonds, ever since he took that hit against Buffalo, that was the rest of him. Jason Sanders. I mean, Jaylen Waddle also, he's a stud, but, 3 receptions for 23 yards. The week before that, 2 receptions for 39 yards. Like, we got to get that man the ball. Like, we have to get that man the ball.
Or he's Tua dependent. Is that what it is? Like, again, and I'm not trying to bring this about – I know we're going to talk about Tua eventually, but, like, this is clear now. Like, not only does this team never win any fucking games when he doesn't play, but now Jaylen Waddle can't do – like, looks like top 3 receiver in the game with him on the field to him not on. Like, I don't understand, man. And Teddy's what? The highest paid backup in the league. So, like, Mike McDaniel's a great schemer, and we can't get him the ball right now. Like, I don't know. Just makes me ask a lot of questions, and it's concerning. But hopefully they can bounce back against Minnesota, and then stuff can kind of die down a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, we did get some positive news today, finally, and that's about our quarterback Tua, which we were talking about. So he did return to the field today, was able to practice, which is a good sign to see. Now they
Is that a smile, Juan?
Yeah. Now they said that
he's trying to hide it.
He's highly unlikely to play on Sunday, but he is back throwing. That means he possibly will return the following week against Pittsburgh. Juan, your thoughts on Tua being back out on the field and being able to throw?
I mean, I'm just glad we don't have like a Ethan Carter situation. Like Ethan Carter is like an NPC at this point. Like the man is not alive or is like brain dead. I don't know what's going on with Ethan Carter, but yeah, I know for sure it's good news. Saw him on the field. We work back to like counting how far passes are going. I will say I heard it was like 25, 30 yards to Gaskin, so I'm glad we're back to that. And not for nothing, like I think there was a video where you saw them stretching and Waddle went out of his way to go say what's up to his boy. So you definitely see that he misses him, and it's great to have him back, and hopefully it'll be for the Pittsburgh game. Yeah, Gadiel, I mean, I think you drafted him in every league, and the guy said, yeah, it's not happening for you, brother. And yeah, no, for sure, I'm glad to have Tua back.
No, yeah, for sure. It's crazy. Like you guys said, like we just can't win games when Tua's not there. I mean, it's crazy, but it's the truth. I mean, what did we go like 0-5 last year without Tua? I mean, it's crazy like the impact he has, but it's crazy that we're able to really value how much we actually need Tua. And it's crazy, even though he's still not proven yet. Like this team is far, far better. Like it's not even close to drop off with and without him. So I'm just happy that he's back. Threat. How do you feel about Tua coming back? Do you think that if Tua is back, do you think this offense goes completely the way it's supposed to go, like right away, or does it take some time? How you feeling?
My appreciation for Tua has tremendously shot up this season. You don't realize how important something is until you lose it. And I really feel like Tua is the epitome of that in the football jersey for us, which is crazy to say, especially speaking from a year ago. I think the offense goes back to full throttle. I think he is the perfect driver for this Lamborghini that we got. Right now, we have a school bus driver trying to drive a high-end vehicle, and I think that's why this shit looks absolutely dog shit. But I do want to say this. I dropped this on Twitter earlier. We're now putting, I feel like, tremendous pressure on Tua, just for the simple fact that let's say we lose this game in Minnesota, and I know we're going to talk about the Vikings game. Tua has to be 11-3 as a starter this season. 11-3 as a starter. We're talking about that's upper echelon quarterback talk if you're losing 3 games in the season and winning 11. He has to essentially do that for us to make the playoffs this season. Because if you lose 7 games, then it gets really iffy. So you might be able to squeeze in, but I feel like if you have 6 losses, you can squeeze your way in there. But he has to go 11-3. And I don't think anybody is okay with us missing the playoffs this year. So there's now tremendous pressure. There was already pressure on him. Let's amp it up times 5 a little bit more now. He can only lose 3 games. And I'm confident that he'll be able to do that and get to 11-3 as a whole for the season. But it is a difficult task that we're asking him to essentially do at this point.
That shit. I didn't even think about it like that, but you're right. You do technically, because if you lose your 3-3, you don't, losing 7 games, that makes it tough. So yeah, he has to go pretty much 11, and that's damn.
We're not counting the Bengals loss there, right, Threat?
No, I didn't count the Bengals loss.
Yeah, so it's for the next the rest of the year.
Yeah, he would have to go 8-3 for that, but as a whole, it would be 11-3 as a starter.
Damn, that's a tough task to ask for. JMV, how you feeling about Tua returning?
Right. What is it, say, bro? Super happy.
Just hurry up and get back out on the field.
Yeah, bro. After the shit we saw last week and the shit we're about to see this week.
All right,
awful, bro.
Let's shift things on over to talk about the Vikings, though. Obviously, it is Vikings week, and the first practice injury report did come out. Alex, if you could throw that on the screen real quick. So a lot of people in there, it might be hard to see, but I could read it off to you. Teron Armstead did not practice today with the toe injury. Teddy Bridgewater also did not practice. Melvin Ingram on vet rest as to be expected. Raheem Mostert, coming off a good game, knee injury, did not participate. And Durham Smythe with the hamstring injury. A lot of limited action here. Tyreek Hill, though, he was seen in a walking boot. He practiced in full, which is an absolute good sign. Jaylen Waddle was in full. Brandon Jones was in full. Greg Little as well. Now, Tyreek Hill, I was concerned about.
Well, I'm sorry to cut you off, Nando. Who does Emmanuel Ogbah think he is to get a vet rest?
I mean, the dude has 1 sack. I mean, what?
Dude, what?
Listen, him and Jalen Phillips, after having 17.5 sacks last year, have a total of 1 right now, like combined. That's a damn shame.
That real? Is that real?
I swear.
Oh,
that's sick. That is fucking sick.
That is so fucked up. Like, that is Tua literally. Do y'all remember 2 weeks ago how happy we were? How the fuck have these guys gotten a pass? This is fucking disaster.
They've gotten off the hook. They've gotten off the hook, and it's crazy. That's been alarming to me. I've been saying, like, where the hell is Emmanuel Ogbah? Like, threat.
I do got a question, though. What's more alarming? I just want to ask the panel this. What's more alarming? The 1 sack between Ogbah, well, 2, I guess, between Ogbah and Phillips, or X being top 3 in yards allowed as a cornerback with 140 passer rating. What's more alarming? I
think I'm gonna go with the. I mean, you're talking about 2 guys that have, and no, it's not 2 sacks. Like, you're already giving them too much credit. It's
the answer is yes.
It's
yes.
Everything is alarming,
bro.
But off the injury report, is there anything that's concerning to you, Alex, that you see there? Is it Raheem Mostert? Obviously,
it's Tua.
Teron Armstead. Besides Tua,
just look at it. I'm gonna pull it back up. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ! Like, bro, we're still in the first third of the season right now, damn near, pretty much. Like, we are already so banged up that I'm just like thinking about like, please,
15
God,
players, bro.
Yeah, literally, like when has an injury report looked like this? And now it's like I'm starting to question like what the fuck's going on? Like, are we doing something wrong right now to have these many injuries?
What's up with our trainer? Like, who's our trainer at this point?
I know, like, the one with Tua and everything, like, he's like, that's out of their control and everything like that. But like, I mean, again, just one more time, this is fucking ridiculous.
Sick,
like, how many dudes with hamstrings? Feel like Xavier Howard, both of his groins, I guess, are still injured. Robert Jones is hurt now. Cater Co, like, bro, and I get like they're limited, they're all playing, but I mean, this squad is banged up right now, and it's just, man, the vibe just feels completely different than it was like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I actually was like, damn, are we like this year's Bengals? Is this what it's like to root for a good football team? And it keeps coming back to like, what's the fucking common denominator? And it's that Tua is not playing. So, you know, I feel bad. To go back on X real quick, X is concerning about the yards, but Richard Sherman talked about it. The type of system they play, like the way X has had an injury history, like, I hate to say it, but like, he's almost due. Like, this dude is going to get slower, and it's just, they're going to find ways to beat it when you put it on tape for so many years now. Like, this is the National Football League. You got to fucking shake shit up and do something new. It's clearly not working. And Threat, you're great when you talk about fucking Josh Boyer and how he's not it. And I'm with you on that now, man, because this guy is getting fucking exposed right now. Like, in every facet. I know Vic Fangio's like consulting right now, right, for San Francisco or something like that. We need to give him a blank check next offseason and hope that he can come in and fix some of this. I don't want to give up on X yet. And I keep wanting to say, like, oh, we got to see him with Byron back. But when the fuck is Byron coming back? I don't know. Right? Like, this dude hasn't even opened the practicing window yet, right? Like, Austin Jackson got hurt, came off of IR, and has reopened his window before Byron Jones has. And again, in its Achilles, if you can't fuck with it, you can't fuck with it. That dude, I'll keep it a buck, got that surgery hella late in the offseason, man. hella
remember
late.
him being ready for week 1. That's what they were
Hella
telling me.
late as a dude who was a captain last year getting surgery really fucking late, and the defense is stranded right now. Like, this defense was Kader Kohu dependent for a little bit, and he came back down to earth, understandably, as an undrafted free agent, and probably had his worst game as a pro, which is completely fine, again, given his age and everything like that. And then we couldn't do shit. So, listen, man, I don't know when he's going to play, but it sounds like he's not even, like, close. And even when he starts practicing again, does that mean he's ready for Sunday? Probably not. Like, I don't – it's a tough look right now, to the point where I'm looking at Chris Greer and I'm saying, like, are you going to – I know it's a little too early to look ahead to the trading deadline, and we got to talk about Minnesota, obviously, but, like, are you going to right some of these wrongs that you fucking had in the offseason, bro? Like, you going to move that Cedric Wilson contract? Are you going to move Chase Edmonds to a different team and try to, you know, upstart it if it comes to that? Maybe look at a veteran corner, something like that. I don't know. But just in general with the injury report, man, it's –
Somebody get Carolina on the phone.
Like, I'm starting – again, Carolina. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I know Jalen Phillips looks great and Emmanuel Ogbah got that money. We should fucking call for Brian Burns, bro.
Yes.
Like, we should absolutely be calling.
And Dante Jackson at the same time. Bring me both.
Absolutely. So –
Bring me both of them.
but for the injury report, man, like, while you were talking, like, I don't know if it's a training issue thing. I don't know what it is. But, like, we were talking about, like, joking, like, oh, man, after you play the Dolphins, you're going to have hamstring injuries. You're going to be fucking gassed. You're going to be tired, bro, after playing us in Miami. And all of our dudes are, like, not practicing during the week, trying to make it for Sunday. So it is concerning for sure.
It definitely is. I mean, it's like it's never ending, bro. It's like, and you see the opposing team always has like this small injury report compared to ours, but it's crazy, man. But also another thing, Teddy Bridgewater, unfortunately, is not going to be the starting quarterback this Sunday. They're opting with Skylar Thompson. What to make of that? Listen, I'm gonna throw this over to JMV. What do you think about this Skylar Thompson starting situation over Teddy Bridgewater, and how do you like our chances against Minnesota this weekend?
Bro, I'm betting on Minnesota. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Yo, you can put Teddy and Skylar. One's a bucket of shit, and the other one is water mixed with shit. They're both garbage equally. I have no hope.
Which one is the water mixed with shit?
Huh?
Which one is the water?
I'd probably say Teddy.
Okay.
Skylar's the bucket. But regardless, bro, if Tua's not out there, no shot. There's no Dolphins when if Tua's not out there.
But what do you
and aside from that, we just saw like Breece Hall look like LaDainian Tomlinson. What do you think Dalvin Cook is going to look like this week? And then you got to deal with Justin Jefferson. And then you got to deal with Thielen. And KJ Osborne is no scrub. And this is not prime time. We're not going to get prime time Kirk. This is like regular Kirk.
1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 o'clock Kirk. So this is bad.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is 1 o'clock Kirk Cousins too, so it is alarming. And Justin Jefferson also is this dude goes crazy every single time. I mean, that stat line that he put up last week was insane. Juan, what about you? How you feeling about Skylar starting, and what are your keys to victory this Sunday?
I'm honestly, I find it hilarious that Teddy, who does not have a concussion, is struggling to get out of a concussion protocol. Like, I have never in my I don't know if like sometimes I'm like dyslexic or I'm reading backwards, because that shit don't make no sense to me, dog. Like Schefter's dropping these tweets, Rappaport's dropping these tweets, and in my mind I'm like, he doesn't have a concussion, he's in the protocol, he can't get out till Thursday. Like, math is not mathing to me at this point. Like, it's really not. And it's funny because the way McDaniel's coming off, he's saying, I would rather have Skylar, a rookie with a week's worth of practice, than Teddy, a veteran with maybe 3 days, 2 days of practice. That to me is a very interesting choice. I don't know what's the right one there. I really am not a fan of Teddy. I have not hidden it, and I will not hide it. I think the guy is a 2-pack of ass. Skylar unfortunately looked like a 3-pack of ass though on Sunday. So like, you know, like Mike McDaniel, it's gonna have to make a decision, an executive decision, and good or bad, he's gonna have to live with that. Having said that, I think we have no shot for Sunday. Justin Jefferson versus X and his 2 groins, or anybody else in their secondary, is just a mismatch. We're talking about Dalvin Cook. Like, I genuinely don't think we have a shot. But then also, like, my PTSD as a Dolphin fan makes me think maybe we do have a shot, because last week I thought we were for sure going to lose after I saw the injury report. So you never really know. But yeah, we're getting destroyed.
Any given Sunday, though. So you know.
But can I just, like, to touch on the Teddy and Skylar thing, like, just think about how much money Chris Greer has given out to players who are not playing, who could I don't understand. Like, so Teddy Bridgewater is not a good enough quarterback to play, despite having a full week of install last week, barely showing any of that install because he was knocked out on the first offensive snap of the game. Doesn't have a concussion, so he's, like, presumably fine throughout the week. He's not injured. He's just well rested, probably observing everything, still looking at film, things like that. And he's not a good enough quarterback to go. Skylar Thompson is way better. Like, it's not even a debate. He didn't even take this shit till Friday. He announced it today on fucking, what is it, Wednesday? Like early in the week, he was like, no, this is what we're doing. But it was good enough to make him one of the highest paid backups in the league. He was good enough to do that. Like, I'm so confused at the thought process right now when we know we have, he's an injury-prone quarterback. I'm not blaming him for the concussion. That's a freak injury. But in general, I think we all expected there was a chance that Tua could miss 1 or 2 games this year with something. And that's why you brought in Teddy Bridgewater. And he can't go after this? Like, I am so confused. And I don't know whether to doubt Mike McDaniel or to double down on my commitment to him and just be like, well, fuck it. He's got something up his sleeve. There's something crazy going on this week, that there's complication. Like, the install must have crazy shit, and it must be so complicated that Teddy can't come in real quick and figure out all this tricky shit that they're going to run just to escape with a win against Minnesota. Like, that's how I'm thinking. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe he's just staying true to the don't practice, don't play thing, but then fucking X and Armstead do it every week. So the Teddy thing is so confusing to me. If Teddy Bridgewater can go on Sunday, he should be starting over Skylar Thompson. I don't care if he doesn't have the practice reps. Skylar Thompson's a rookie. He hasn't played in the National Football League. Like,
y'all remember when Tua was healthy enough to play but not healthy enough to start? Ain't this some shit? Teddy's healthy enough to play but not healthy enough to start. Bro,
Baltimore.
Time is a circle, bro. This shit is wild, bro. I swear to God.
Would it surprise you, though? Maybe what if like Skylar comes out there and is absolutely trash in the first quarter and then he just puts Teddy in the game?
Would he do that though?
Well, he said if he's going to back him up. So, like, I don't know. We don't know Mike McDaniel's tendency on, like, quarterbacks and things like that just yet. But I am so confused that, like, on Wednesday, he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just going to let you know it's definitely going to be the rookie. Like, why would you say that so early in the week? And again, Teddy Bridgewater makes a lot of money. Isn't he the highest paid backup in the league? Am I, like, crazy I think we made him the highest paid backup in the league. And he can't go? I'm so confused. And it's like, he had an install a week ago. You didn't show any of it. Like, I don't know. It's confusing and it's giving me some doubts, which is a little bit concerning.
No, it's definitely concerning for sure. Because, I mean, you pay a guy that much money, you would assume that he's going to be out there on the field. I mean, especially if you're healthy. It makes no damn sense. And especially also how we felt about the Jets game. Like, a lot of people say, if you had Teddy Bridgewater playing that game, you win the game. So to
be fair, we have made a lot of questionable signings, like franchising, Mike Gesicki, paying Cedric Wilson, drafting Eric, Eazy-E. I feel like there's a lot of stuff where, Armstead has been great. Tyreek has been great. All the other surrounding pieces that we gave them credit for have flopped. And I don't think it's
I'm not ready to call Cedric a flop.
I absolutely am. River Craycraft is dominating snaps right now.
Yeah, but he had a rib injury. He had a rib injury. Do you guys not discount that?
Bro, he can't. But
if you're healthy enough to play, you're healthy enough to.
But he wasn't playing. This is the first week he played, and he was consistently open. If you watch the All 22, that man was always open. Skylar Thompson just fucking tunnel vision, blind. I don't know what to tell you. But Cedric was open.
I
don't know, fam. I see more of River Craycraft and Trent Sherfield than I do of
Trent Sherfield is dominating snaps. Like,
no, I know he is, but Cedric was dealing with the rib injury the first 3 weeks. I'm not ready to just call him a flop yet.
If I was Chris Greer, I'd call the Cowboys today and be like, let's fix this. You give us an offense.
I'll give him Mike Gesicki. You can take him. Too, you have problems with Dalton Schultz. You can take Mike Gesicki.
Like, you paid a lot of dudes in the offseason to do a whole lot of nothing or just flat out not play, which is insane to me. Like, I don't. And again, like I said earlier, like Tehran and Tyreek are going to make the offseason look great. But like, with all due respect to Chris Greer, that's not shit. Like, you got them, which is great. You convinced them to come here, but it's not like you found a good player. And it was like, well,
Connor has been good. I'll give him credit for Connor, but we still starting Liam. You know, outside of Tehran, like we had some guy named Snell. I've never heard of Snell. Snell was playing left tackle for us. Like, and cool, like that's fine when Teddy and Skylar's out there. But are we really gonna have Snell and potentially Austin Jackson blocking for Tua? Like, after what we've just seen him be, I don't want to say injury prone after the concussion, but I would say injury prone before the concussion. But now you're adding that on top of it, like,
and also like there's like Fred said, he's got to go 11-3. He cannot get hurt again. You can't have him miss 2 or 3 more games, an ankle, a back, anything. Forget the concussion
he
stuff.
Can't. Matter of fact, I was gonna mention that on the injury report, he has an ankle on there, but we're
and we got to go through San Francisco.
Yeah,
and
we're at a point in time though when Tua comes back, whenever he comes back, he cannot miss another game.
Yep.
And like, he's got to know that too.
Another game, and that's it. Like, we're fried. We're done with that with Tua, and it's time to move on, in my opinion, because it could be for a pinky, bro. It could be because of a flu. Like, he just cannot miss another game, in my opinion.
And he's got to know that. Like, so that you got to throw the ball away. You got to live to play another down. Like, you can't sit back there in their pocket forever trying to throw out of a sack. Like, you got to.
If you pull up the schedule, just start going through the pass rushers we're about to go through. I know some of these teams are ass in general. Like, we have a couple of stretches here that some of these teams are garbage. The Texans and the Lions and whatnot. But just go through the pass rushers that he's got week to week. All the pass rushers he's got to go through. There's some, bro. Nick Bosa's no joke. Joey Bosa's no joke. They got Khalil Mack too. You still got to go through Buffalo again in Buffalo. The Patriots defense is playing well.
Bosa's is hurt though, but yeah.
Huh?
I think one of the Bosa's is hurt. Maybe I could be wrong.
But isn't he coming back by the time we play them?
True that. My friend.
Yeah, that's way deeper in the year.
Man, all of these injuries, man. all these injuries and potential injuries are no joke. But I think this is probably a good time to talk about our sponsor right here. Speaking of insurance, a primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network is Simple Health Advisors. Insurance does not need to be complicated at all. So email them or give them a call. Tell them the Basement send you. Email my guy, jpew@simplehealthadvisors.com, or hit them up by phone number at 321-345-7738. Now, listen, I know a lot of you guys are feeling like this is probably going to be a Dolphins loss, but let's hold on predictions because I do want to get all of your predictions and score predictions. How about let's try focusing for these last questions here. Keys to victory, like what needs to happen? I'm going to ask you here, what needs to happen for the Dolphins to come out on top on Sunday?
For me, it's simple, man. Win the early downs. Win the early downs, bro. Specifically, let's start with the defense. If you can win first and second down and force Kirk Cousins into second and long, third and long, you can win this game. Your pass rushers can get in because you put them in more passing situations. You can scheme up better blitzes to get players who are not very good without schemes into position to create sacks and turnovers for this defense. Win the early downs. That's so important, man. Win the early downs. And then my second key to victory for the offense is get the ball in your playmakers' hands and don't let Skylar Thompson have to think. Don't allow him to think. He has the best wide receiver duo in football. If you can get his best playmakers the ball, he doesn't have to think. Just go, bro. Raheem Mostert is the fastest running back in football. Get him the ball. Just find ways to get those three guys the ball, and you can have success. Less thinking and more action from your playmakers. Let your best players do all the thinking, so Skylar doesn't have to.
I definitely like that. I mean, listen, the way it's been trending, it's definitely scary to see this Dolphins team put on these performances, and I get why people, including myself, a little bit scared about this matchup. You're going against Justin Jefferson, you're going against Dalvin Cook, but at the end of the day, It's Kirk Cousins. So my guy Alex, besides what Threat just said for his keys to victory, what other ways do you think that the Dolphins can win this game on Sunday to come out on top? Is it something in particular from the defense or what?
The Dolphins defense has got to do what the Patriots defense just did to Jared Goff. Jared Goff was lighting this entire league on fire, even though the Lions were losing games. He was playing fantastic until he just played New England. Kirk Cousins is a stationary mid quarterback. This is the type of quarterback that this Dolphins defense has dominated under Brian Flores. Just keep it a buck. They have feasted on these types of quarterbacks. Guys like Jared Goff, guys like Kirk Cousins, guys like Jimmy Garoppolo when they blew out San Francisco with Ryan Fitzpatrick. This is the type of defense that the cover zero, the scheme blitzes have worked on in the past. It's a little bit different because they have Justin Jefferson. I need Xavier Howard to have that game again where everyone's like, all right, still one of the best corners in the league, tough start to the season, figure it out. Javon Holland, show me why you want to be one of the best safeties in the National Football League this game. We always say, all the defenses won us a lot of games the last 3 years. That's fair. They need to win us this game today or on Sunday. They need to win us this game. And it's at home. These scheme blitzes could work against Kirk Cousins. Stop the run game again. But I don't know. Do I believe in these things that they're actually going to happen? That's a different story. But that is the key. And again, for Skylar, I don't know. I just feel like Mike McDaniel has to have something up his sleeve for him to be like, no, we cannot rush Teddy back into this. There has to be something going on. I don't know if it's trick plays, I don't know, whatever it is. But Mike McDaniel, go as deep in your bag as you possibly can for this game. Don't try to save something for the end of the season. You need this one at home, bounce back against the Jets. Because 4-2 with Tua coming back on Sunday Night Football at home against the Steelers. If the Chiefs beat the Buffalo Bills and the Jets lose next week, number one in the AFC East again is so much different than third in the AFC East, 3-3, telling Tua to come back and save the season. It's completely different. So I don't know. Just find a way to win. Whatever it takes, trick plays, whatever. And I swear to God, it's going to come down to Jason Sanders. He's going to have to kick a field goal. I think the defense will show up. I think the offense will do enough. And I swear to God, we're going to have a 48, 49-yard kick. Jason saying nothing crazy, nothing 53, 54, nothing that Justin Tucker hits in his fucking sleep to win the game every fucking time, but something manageable, 43, 44-yard field goal. And you're like, okay, here we go. And who knows if we'll fucking hit it. But I don't know. I think at home, the defense will show out and they're just due to bounce back because they've been so fucking bad. They're just due to look better than they have been, right? It's just what I like. Can they look much worse? Breece Hall just ran for 150 yards. Is Dalvin Cook going to do the same? Maybe. I don't know. I think eventually Josh Boyer's got to realize that he's going to be unemployed if this doesn't get turned around. So, again, I think players say this all the time. You don't want to play a desperate man, bro. Hopefully they can fucking figure it out, bro. I don't know.
Man,
I hope. What I'm saying is get desperate. Find a way to win. Just whatever it takes.
Listen, this is as one of the biggest games of the season so early on. I mean, because you don't want to have Tua come back with this team 3-3. You feel much better with the team 4-2. This dude left you guys with a 3-0 record, and you gonna give that shit back to him 3-3? That's just disrespectful. Let's just win for Tua. All these people, people that got Tua's back, Tyreek Hill hyping up Tua, Jaylen Waddle, that's Tua's guy. All of these people need to play this game on Sunday for Tua. Let's get this man a 4-2 record coming back into the season because that's what he damn deserves. So this is pretty much, I know it's early to say must win, but this is a huge game for the Miami Dolphins. And that's crazy to say. But when you're thinking about it, bigger picture, and Threat said earlier, you don't want Tua to have to go 11-3 in the season. It's ridiculous. Help the guy out. But we are getting close to the 45-minute mark. So I'll ask you guys these final questions. Let's go with score predictions here. Let me know who you guys think win and the score and a quick little reason why. I'll start with JMV on this one.
The score, that's tough. Vikings win. It's going to be more than a touchdown, in my opinion. The only way they win this game, bro, you got to call God and you need to pay the spotters to get Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook out of the game. There's no other way they win this game. I'm sorry. I just don't see it.
Damn, man. Listen, you're
people are talking about the Vikings like they're 4-1, man. At the end of the day, they have playmakers. I don't have confidence in the defense. I don't have confidence in Skylar Thompson. I don't even have confidence in the playmakers making plays when everything is going to be short. Like I just don't.
Hey, I appreciate the honesty, man. We've been rolling on this stream weekly, picking a lot of Dolphins wins. So seeing it go the other way around is definitely respectable. That's honesty is the best thing. So let's go with Juan, score prediction, and who wins, who loses, and why.
It's not gonna be pretty, bro. It's gonna be like 38-17. Like these boys are gonna muck us up, bro. Like really, like the only way I see this winning, and I don't. The only way I see is winning is if Tua and Tyreek have over 200 yards, or not Tua Tyreek. Tyreek and Jaylen have over 200 yards combined. Don't see that happening with Skylar. If we have more than 2 interceptions, don't see that. We only have 1 interception for the year. Or if we have at least 3 sacks, which again, we've had 9 the whole year. I don't see none of that shit playing out. And I think these boys are going to take us out back and just go ham on us, dog. Justin Jefferson might go for 150 and more. Dalvin's for sure going to have like 2 rushing touchdowns. Primetime Kirk is nowhere to be found. 1 p.m. Kirk is, top 5 quarterbacks. So, yeah, man, good luck to these boys, but it's not looking pretty for me.
Damn. 0-2 for the Dolphin gang here so far. Threat, what you got to say on score predictions?
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna be. I'm jumping on the Dolphins are about to get their ass whooped bandwagon. I got a 31-17 Vikings. If Tua plays, I got to be in a shootout if Tua was to play. But, with Skylar back there, I just don't think the offense is going to be efficient. I think we're going to put the defense in hard positions to get stops on short fields. And I don't think this defense is good enough this year to be able to handle short fields, bro. So I got 31-17 Vikings, and, we might make it entertaining in the first half, but I just feel like they pull away.
Yeah, I could see us running out of gas late, maybe keeping it interesting throughout the first half and letting it slip away. Alex, what you got for score predictions this Sunday?
I'll say 20-17 Dolphins, bro. We're gonna find a way to win this fucking game. I'm doubling down on Mike McDaniel. I've been going back and forth on this, but I swear to God, this man has something up his sleeve. I don't know what the fuck it is, but this dude is walking way too confident into this game right now for someone who just came off a horrible loss. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if we're going to see some fucking Tyreek Waddle fucking Wildcat shit, like 2008 type beat. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But I think Mike McDaniel's going to go so fucking deep in his bag, bro. It's going to be like Santa Claus, and we're going to fucking edge out a win. Close. Jason Sanders hits a field goal and shuts my ass up for a little bit. But we'll see.
Damn. Dolphins win. Well, let me give you my prediction. I actually got us losing. I wish I could say Dolphins win, but I got us losing this game 28-17. Listen, Dolphins 28th against the pass, and now we're going to go play against Justin Jefferson. That just scares the hell out of me. Then we gave up all these yards to Breece Hall. Now we're going against the Dalvin Cook. Listen, from what I've seen, and you have Skylar Thompson back there, I'd feel way better. I'll tell you, if Teddy was playing, that's just me. If Teddy was playing, even though Teddy's not the greatest guy, I would feel a little bit better, but I'd still have it as a loss.
Wait, you said way better first, and you kind of walked it back and said a little bit better. Which one?
No. Okay, I feel way better with Teddy than Skylar. Like,
no, I don't know about
yes.
Way. I don't know about way.
Teddy lost his job to Drew Lock, who couldn't beat out Geno Smith.
But the experience, and you're going against a team that you played beforehand. I like the momentum thing that's on there. I like the story behind it.
McCoy has experience. That man's still garbage.
Listen, hey, that's just how I feel. I don't know. Something about a revenge game, I think it gets the juices flowing, even if it's for one game. I like my chances on this particular game against the Vikings and last week against the Jets as opposed to Skylar Thompson. But either way, I still have the Dolphins losing this game. Whoever is the quarterback, unless it was Tua, I would feel really, really good about it. And unfortunately, he's not going to be the quarterback Sunday. That's what the signs show. So I'm going with the Vikings win, unfortunately. Hopefully, it's a Dolphins win, but we'll see about that. So we got, 4 of us picking the Vikings win. One guy, Alex, holding it down for the Miami Dolphins picking a win. Let's see how it goes, man. Let's see how it goes. Everybody, thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Catch us at the post-game stream right after, hopefully talking about a Dolphins win. But until then, we'll see you guys later, and peace.